Hey guys, Lucian Storm here with a quick guide on how we do the Psyche Flare in AK. Now we don't have a bunch of Darklight geared tanks in the FC, so um, this is pretty much the best way we found to do it. This is after patch 2.05. They did take care of the tree trick. That was, you could climb the tree. The healer would be immune to um, the ads that this boss spawns. If you've never done this boss before, um, there are a couple guides out there. They're different. People do this boss differently. There's one where you go to the left wall. This one in particular, however, is going to be going to the right wall. So basically, when you first start, it's going to be a pretty much a lunatic priest here, summoner. You're just basically going to DPS, stay out of the red stuff. It's pretty straightforward. There's the red stuff. Gives you an HP buff. Okay. And he's going to do a random fireball. People, the tank will pick him up. It's a pretty much tank and spank at that point. DPS down. At about 50% health, he's going to start summoning the actual boss. When he does summon the boss, the DPS need to continue to DPS down the lunatic priest until it's dead. The tank shouldn't really worry about aggro or threat at this point. If you are not that well geared, I wouldn't struggle with it. I would just let it be. The boss itself has a few abilities. It does cast a pretty potent thunder on a target. It does also cast a curse on a specific or a random uh, group member. And then a little ways into the fight, he's going to spawn a rock ad from the west side of the room. He's going to come over. DPS needs to DPS him down. Um, Tanks do pick him up sometimes. I've had pug tanks that pick him up. Um, Myself and the other DPS here that I normally run with, we actually just DPS it down. We tell the tank not to worry about it. I could take a few shots. That's not a big deal. As you can see here, the ads do a move called Obliterate, as you just saw. It does do a hefty amount of damage. So the healer needs to be ready for that. You could basically see it with the emotion or the action where it looks like he's charging up and he jumps. Okay, the actual boss themselves also does an AoE called Mind Melt. It can be stunned via Shield Bash, but generally it doesn't really make a difference if you do or not. 1384 crit, nice. So after a little ways in, he's gonna spawn a second ad to the right. You're basically gonna do the same thing, rinse and repeat, kill that, and then throughout the fight, he's just gonna spawn them one at a time. Now you're gonna notice in the background there a very large ad. So this ad doesn't actually come after you. Basically, what he does is he just walks up and down the room. Okay, his AOE, however, is massive. Now, the good thing about this spot we're standing in now is the tank can actually put their back against that pillar and line of sight that move. Now, see where that is. Now, you're actually going to see our tank actually get hit by it because he's too far out. But if you put your back against that pillar right there, and keep the pillar between you and the boss, kind of like a Garuda fight, basically that in particular move will not hit you. Um, Also, the DPS, the range DPS, and the healer can stand over here against the wall and never have to worry about standing in that in particular that giant AOE. It makes things easier on the healer, makes things easier on the DPS. They don't need to move around as much. So the tank is dead. Um, if you see that little sweet spot there, that red is never gonna get into that area. Okay, so you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to move around. You don't need to do anything. The only thing you need to be wary of is the red cone from the ads in case they do their frontal move. Okay, um, so it just makes it easier if your tank's a little undergeared. I know there's a lot of speed run guides out there. I actually see a heck of a lot more than those than an actual legit. Okay, we're gonna kill the trash. We're gonna do this because not everybody's in full Darklight gear. So, um, hope this was helpful. I mean, the trick works for us. Makes it much easier on the healer, so we can pull people through who are somewhat fresh 80s, or I'm sorry, 50s. I'm thinking of World of Warcraft here. 50s. Then we could pull them through here and start to gear them up so we can get them into higher content. If you like this video, guys, go ahead and like it. Any subscribes is great to me. Just getting started and everything. Any comments, concerns, any recommendations for my future videos, please list in the comments below. And until next time, folks.